Joining me now is Judy Henderson in her new memoir, When the Light Finds Us, From a Life Sentence to a Life Transformed. She tells her story of spending almost 36 years in prison for a murder she didn't commit. She was pardoned in 2017, and today we're going to hear about her incredible journey of redemption behind bars and the new life she is leading. Judy, thank you for being with me.
Oh, Victoria, thank you. It's such a pleasure and a blessing to be on your show today.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into this. And I want to start with the question that's on everyone's mind. But before that, I do want to set the table. In your book, When the Light Finds Us, you go into detail about your childhood, which included physical and sexual abuse, and then your marriage, where your now ex-husband both abused you and cheated on you. And then when you finally escaped that marriage with your two kids, you eventually started dating a charming guy named Greg, who, unbeknownst to you, was part of a criminal enterprise. So everyone's wondering, how did you end up in prison for so long for a crime that you didn't commit?
Okay, so it's really rather simple as far as how the system worked. Um, because we were arrested together and we were a couple at that time, we both had the same attorney representing both of us, which is a serious conflict of interest, a constitutional issue. And but at the time it wasn't a big thing. Not a lot of people, not a lot of attorneys would represent two people on the same case, because that means that if one wanted to turn state's evidence for a lesser sentence, they would not be able to do that because it would affect the other client. And so attorneys would not handle cases like that. Now, since my case, it is where they cannot absolutely not do it. So attorneys are already fair warned, and it could be a bar issue for their license if they do. So that is how the conviction ended up putting me behind bars.
And your co-defendant was not found guilty. He was acquitted of murder. So you
Yes,
ended up going to jail, to prison, even though he pulled the trigger. And also, I just want to mention what we're referring to. This happened in the 1980s in Missouri. So we got to
correct.
think back when your trial was going on. This is really before the internet. So a very long time ago. And, the way cases are done now is a little bit different. Okay, so Judy,
Correct.
um, before the trial happened, um,
Uh-huh.
there was the night of the murder, and essentially, you were framed, but you ended up escaping Missouri with your boyfriend. I don't know, did you still consider him your boyfriend after you saw him murder someone? But basically, you're hiding in Alaska, and eventually the authorities find you. You were living in fear. You knew your boyfriend could kill. You saw him kill. So what was that like when, you finally were arrested and brought back to Missouri?
Whenever I was arrested, well, the whole time I was with him in Missouri, he had taken all my identity and everything. So, as far as my contact information, how to reach my family, friends, children, I had no opportunity to do that. So it was. Plus, you have to remember too that I was a battered woman for 12 years, and I'm not making excuses, Victoria, by no means whatsoever, because we all have choices, and you don't know what that choice is going to lead to. Sometimes, whenever it appears to be an innocent choice, where that decision to go with somebody is going to be good or bad, and you wouldn't think it would be bad because you think you know the person. Uh, However, with that being said, um, I did go to Alaska with my co-defendant, and while I was there, I still hadn't had any therapy. I didn't even realize I was a battered woman, because that terminology was not used back in those days, the battered women syndrome. And very, very, very seldom did authorities, police, or anyone ever get involved in something like that. For me to realize I fit in that category, I did not realize that until I went to prison and started my therapy. And so I did find out that battered women's brains, their thinking is wired a little differently, especially when they've had years of abuse and their mother was abused. It's called like learned behavior. So you think, well, that's just how life is, with marriages, that you just have to, get through it and get to the other side of it, and then everything's going to be okay. Keep thinking everything's going to be okay. So I was still kind of in that mindset. It was a lot out of fear also, because I did witness what he did and what he was capable of. And I just assumed at any minute that I would be the next victim, um, because his whole personality completely changed after this happened. He was not the same person that he was. I saw a very dark and evil, mean side to him. But still, even battered women stay in situations that they know they should get out of. They just don't know how to do it. And in a situation like this, it wasn't only hard to get out, but it was dangerous to get out.
Hmm.
And know how to maneuver that whenever you're not accustomed to even being around anything like that. So I know it's probably hard for some people to think, well, shoot, why did she even go?
Hmm.
Well, it's a situation where you either go or you're going to die at that moment. You just don't know when it's going to be.
But
And
also, yeah, and on that, it seemed like in the book you were living in fear that your children or your family could be harmed because you witnessed the murder, so you know what
yeah,
happened. So you had a target
yes,
on your back.
right,
So
right,
what was that
yes.
like?
And I had to
Obviously,
think of them also.
yeah, and being away from them, your
Well,
kids.
in the book, right. In the book, as you know, I met with my mother prior to me being taken to Alaska, because I did want my mother to know what had happened, and if she never saw me again, why she didn't see me, and I wanted her to be sure and let my siblings and my children know how much I love them. And so um, it was heart wrenching. It was heart wrenching to have to do that and to put my mom in that situation. And then whenever we were arrested, it was like a relief, yet scary, because I'd never been in the judicial system. I'd never been arrested, never had any reason to be arrested. So this was all just foreign territory, foreign country to me. I did not know what to do.
Mm. And also, just during this time where you were in Alaska, I think it was about 5 months, then you got arrested, then you're sitting in jail awaiting trial. And all this time, you're not with your kids, who I think at the time were they 13 and 3 years old?
Correct.
So,
Yes,
what was
that
that
is.
like to be away from them for so long?
It was heart wrenching. I had to. The one solace I had was knowing that my parents and my siblings would let me see them. I would get to see them. I would get to hold them for certain periods of time, through my incarceration. I didn't know how long this would be, because I knew I was innocent and I knew I was going to fight, whatever it took. That's where I got my courage. That's where I got my resilience. That's where I realized that God is the one that could help me. He was the only one that could help me in this situation and give me the tools and the strength that I needed.
Mm, yeah. And we'll get into that, Judy. This has been so great. This is just part one. And in part two, we're going to talk about that guilty verdict, what went through your mind when that happened. And then, of course, what it was like all of those years behind bars. So thanks for being with us today, Judy.
You're welcome.